There's something about men where we are all conditioned to look at somebody else and determine whether or not we can kick their ass. It's a thing. A lot of people think they can kick my ass because I'm a pretty boy. And they would be right. I'm 2-4 lifetime in career fights. But when you watch a game like last night between the Chiefs and the Ravens, the two best teams in the AFC, at least on paper, going into this year, the two teams who are a tier above the Houston Texans, no matter the hype going into 2024. If you're a Texans fan, I think you have a natural urge to size both up and wonder whether or not you can take them. I think they can take the Baltimore Ravens. I think they can take them. I say that because last night, it felt like Lamar Jackson thought that he was playing in a playoff game. Did he slide once? I don't think he did. He scrambled a lot, and he looks like he's a lot faster than he was last year, which is pretty scary considering the Ravens did kick the Texans' ass not once, but twice last season. But he is their entire offense. I mean, they brought in Derrick Henry this offseason, and the Chiefs have a good defense for what it's worth. But Lamar Jackson was the guy for Baltimore last night trying to make everything happen. And watching him felt a lot like, if you've ever played Madden, going up against somebody who has a really mobile quarterback. They're not actually that good at the game, but since they have the mobile quarterback, a lot of things go their way. But Lamar Jackson was doing everything for the Ravens last night. That first touchdown pass that he had to Isaiah Likely, the one that didn't get called back, that was a play where he's rolling to the right and he just chucks it up there. Likely makes a great catch and nice couple of moves after the catch, and he has a long touchdown. But it was scrambles and runs and throws that were impossible by Lamar Jackson just to give Baltimore a shot at the end of the game to tie it and send it to overtime. But I felt like the Ravens went into that game, a revenge opportunity for the AFC Championship game against the Chiefs, approaching it like a playoff game, and they still lost. And I don't think, if you're a Kansas City Chiefs fan, even with the Ravens knocking on the door at the very end of the game, I don't think you ever felt uncomfortable. And then you saw Lamar Jackson have his few Lamar Jackson moments where he's really good as a runner. He's super athletic, and he can throw the football downfield, but every now and then he just misses a guy. You got a first and goal situation. He throws it into the corner of the end zone. It's out of bounds. Could have been a touchdown. He had his guy, Isaiah Likely, wide open. And then a couple of plays later, Zay Flowers over the middle of the field, wide open. Jackson misses him. He misses both of those. Lamar Jackson has to play perfect, I think, for Baltimore to beat the best teams in the NFL. And if we're thinking the Texans are getting into that category, again, I know a lot of people are a bit suspicious, especially with all the hype that they've gotten this offseason. But Lamar Jackson's going to have to throw a perfect game, I think, against the best teams in the league for Baltimore to win on a regular basis this year with the offensive line struggles that they have. And with some defensive lapses that they had as well. So, as somebody who, like most men, has a natural urge to size people up, I think if the Texans are sizing the Ravens up based entirely off of last night, even though they got their ass kicked twice by them last year, I think you're feeling pretty good about your ability to beat Baltimore when they play each other Christmas Day at NRG Stadium on Netflix. Forgot about that.
Forgot it was on Netflix.
The NFL is shameless. They really are shameless. Let's play a game in a country tonight with censorship going on. A country that harbored Nazis. That's fine. You know, my pop-up, who's no longer with us, R.I.P., World War II veteran who saved countless lives in Europe, marching throughout against the Nazi menace, would be rolling over in his grave right now if he knew his beloved Philadelphia Eagles were playing a game that harbored in a country that harbored Nazis. But it's fine. It's fine. Let's shift back to the team that won the game last night, the Kansas City Chiefs. They're the defending Super Bowl champions, two-time defending Super Bowl champions, and the Texans play the Chiefs right before they play the Ravens, December 21st, I believe, at Arrowhead Stadium. I do not think that the Houston Texans can look at themselves in the mirror right now and tell themselves, yeah, we can kick the Chiefs' ass. You can't say that. You can't. I say that because, I mean, that's a Chiefs team that was without one of his key weapons. No Hollywood Brown. And did you see Xavier Worthy? I'm not going to act like that was the greatest pick ever, but God, Buffalo, you dumbasses. Why did you let Xavier Worthy go of all teams to the team that constantly beats you in the playoffs? What are you doing? Xavier Worthy, right away, showing Rodney Harrison, who's boss. Rodney Harrison made some comments about skinny people. Sir, we're on to you. We're on to you. We have the 165 pounds to 185 pound weight class. We're on to you. We're faster than you. Xavier Worthy comes in there and immediate impact. In a game where Baltimore's defense did a pretty good job. Immediate impact there. Chiefs are going to be tough. They're going to be tough to beat. Chris Jones, whoa, he's still good. I very vividly remember begging the Houston Texans to go and get Chris Jones. That was never going to happen. But I vividly remember multiple listeners saying, Chris Jones is not going to try so hard. They won 2 Super Bowls in a row. You're wrong. My God, he is scary. And I think John Harbaugh is one of the more overrated coaches in the NFL. I feel like his teams are regularly unprepared and sometimes don't know the rules, like his wide receiver, Rashad Bateman. Dude, line up on the line. I'm a high school wide receiver veteran who knows his only thing that he would do when he went on the field, because I was in a triple option offense or whatever, wing T, the only thing I would do on a field whenever I went in on offense was ask the referee if I'm on the line. Rashad Bateman, ask if you're on the line. Ravens are making a lot of excuses for themselves. John Harbaugh should have them know where they're supposed to line up. And John Harbaugh, or whoever's in charge of the Ravens offense, deciding to, on the most important 2 plays of the game, have an effing running back blocking Chris Jones. What a bunch of dummies. Oh, boy.
That's like that's the perfect encapsulation of what you're saying, where Lamar needs to throw a perfect game because like he was having to scramble on every single, like you said, like in Madden, where you just kind of run around in a circle just to mix up the defenders a little bit and then turn around to throw it because, yes, they had Justice Hill one-on-one with the best player on the Chiefs defense.
Justice Hill, like, come on. Yeah. Justice Hill did a pretty good job.
He was all right. Yeah, he was good, but
what are you doing? That's not fair.
You shouldn't depend on him.
Right. I mean, honestly, I feel like it had an impact on both those throws at the end of the game.
The Flowers one is bad.
The Flowers one was very bad.
That's bad.
Yeah, he just missed them. But I don't know. Maybe Chris Jones is not getting blocked by a running back. Maybe Lamar Jackson feels a little bit more comfortable in that.
He can step into it a little bit more. Yeah, maybe.
John Harbaugh's another reason that if I'm the Houston Texans, I feel good. I feel good, and I know the Ravens beat the Texans twice last year, but I do not feel good about a Texans-Chiefs game. The Chiefs did all of that on a night where their offense was sluggish and where they were without Marquise Hollywood Brown. The defense is very good still, despite trading L'Jarius Sneed away to the Tennessee Titans. They are still the top dogs in the NFL, but it was fun to have football back last night. I had a really good time watching that game.